Alright, today is the day where I'm going to start sanding the car. So this is actually my little reveal for what I'm going to be, for some of my plans with the car. So I'm actually going to wrap the car. So today I'm going to start the prep work for that. And it's currently 13 degrees outside right now. And I started sanding yesterday. I just did a little bit of the hood. And it was a lot warmer than it is right now. So it's freezing. I'm going to put some gloves and stuff on. And I'm going to go ahead and start with some work. Alright, I tried to park the car up in the light so you could kind of see what the paint was looking like, and this is what I mean why I had to sand it, because if you can hear that, it just does not sound good, and there's so many imperfections and the paint is all like patchy and stuff, and that's pretty much the same thing on the entire car. So I'm gonna go ahead and start sanding, and I'll show you the process that I do for that. Alright, I think the hood is finished. I've sanded down the entire thing to where it's smooth. There's still a little bit of body work that I have to do, but there were some metal spots right here, so I sprayed some sandable primer on there, 2 coats of it, and then 2 kind of heavy coats, and then same up here. So the next day or two, I'm going to sand these down, and then the hood shouldn't be completely smooth. So I'm going to go ahead and start on the other panels, and I'll set up a time lapse or something for that real quick. Alright, here's the initial sand for the passenger side of the car. I haven't gone through with, I sprayed a little bit of primer here and here because there were some high spots. I need to go in with 1 or 2 more coats. But for the rest of the side, I haven't gone in through with the hand sandpaper yet. I'm just gonna kind of go through with my hand with some 400 grit and just kind of get all the spots that the sander couldn't get or that need some like more attention, I guess. So I'm gonna go through with that, and I'll see you guys after. Alright, this is day 2 of sanding, and it's going to be a little bit warmer today, so hopefully I can get some more work done. But I'm hoping to get this entire side of the car and the roof, and I'm going to take off the body panels to get those today. So hopefully I'm going to get the rest of the car sanded today. Alright, I finished the initial sand on the the driver's side. So now I'm just going to go through with the 400 grit again with my hand, and I'm just going to get some spots that need to be hit. But also, I'd like to show you this. There are some surprise bondo spots, and I'm assuming it was from rust, which I expected. It's a 23-year-old car. It was from Ohio, so I expect there to be rust, but I'm going to have to go through and kind of redo these bondo spots because it's like hard to sand down all the way, so I'm gonna have to redo that. And then there's a spot right here, a little bit of rust. And then over here is probably the worst one because it's right in the little crevice of the bumper. So yeah, I have to redo all that. I didn't even try and sand it down very much, so I'm just gonna go back and redo that some when I do the bondo work. Alright, so this is the current state of the car. Sanded everywhere except for the bumpers and the side skirts pretty much. So alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and try and take the bumpers and stuff off, which I've never done before, so I'll figure out how to do that. Shouldn't be too hard, but I'm gonna take the bumpers off and then I'm gonna sand those down. Alright, the bumper is clean enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the sander and start sanding down all the surfaces. The paint, like right here, it actually doesn't look too bad. It's just started like peeling and coming up and stuff. So if some good prep work was done, then the paint job on the bumper might not have looked too bad. But everywhere else, the paint was garbage. So this, hopefully, I can make it all smooth and look good. Alright, here's a bumper after I finished. I pretty much took off all of the black just because there's so many like rock chips and little holes and stuff that I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do to fix all of like the pitting and stuff that's on the bumper, because I don't want to have to sand it down so deep to where it's like super thin. So I'll figure that out later, but for right now I think I'm done for the day because I have to get ready for work, and we're actually gonna have like a snowstorm, like 8 to 12 inches of snow of something in the next 2 days. So I'm gonna have to take a break on this for a little while, and this weekend hopefully I can pick it back up and continue to work and hopefully finish the body work, and I'll be all ready to wrap this weekend. Alright, I'm just gonna let this sit out here and dry for a little bit, and I'm gonna go back inside and try sand down the other pieces, because it looks like it turned out pretty well. It is like a matte kind of color. It's a matte kind of color, and it has a little bit of like, it's like kind of like satin, so I'm just gonna let this dry out here, and I'm gonna go start on the other pieces. I finished up with the painting, and I actually just went inside, made some lunch real quick, but this is what they're looking like. They don't look too bad. Obviously they still have scratches and stuff in them, but they're all one color, and I see a little spot peeking through where the scratch was, but from a distance they do not look bad at all. So I'm gonna throw these in the garage. And then I'll probably just let them dry in there, and I'll see what else I can do today. Alright, it's been a while since I filmed last, and I have been doing a lot of work since then. I just didn't film it because it's the same repetitive thing, I guess. But I think the last time I filmed was when I was doing bondo with the GoPro. So I'll go ahead and go around the car and show you what I have accomplished since then. So I've been working on this car pretty much every single day since then. Just doing bondo, sanding, painting, all that kind of stuff. So today is the last day of work, I think, before the prep is finished. And today is like, I'm gonna actually be painting stuff that'll be on the car, so it has to look good. So that's why I'm gonna show this painting stuff that I have right now. So I'll go ahead and show you around what I've done since I filmed last. Alright, so for the bondo, I have done spots like this. That's a bondo spot. Here's a bondo spot, and I think this is what I was filming right here. The holes from the hood before. So I got all these bondo spots filled and primed, and I have prepped. I've prepped the trunk a little bit with some primer and some bondo, and the main part is the rocker panels. So if I go over here on this side and you take a look right here, all of the welds that did not look too good that were there before are now bondoed, so it's all smooth, and I'm gonna go ahead and paint over this today. I also took the mirrors off, so I have the mirrors that are sanded and they're over there. The front bumper and the rear bumper are off. So what I'm doing is I'm getting ready for the color change, which in the next video, which actually this weekend, I'm gonna film it this weekend, I'm gonna wrap the car and I'll reveal the color whenever I start wrapping. So I have the front bumper, front lip. I'm painting the front lip, painting the mirrors, painting the B-pillars on the passenger side, and I'm painting the rocker panel welds that I bonded over. So I'm gonna go ahead and start that now. Alright, I've been out here for about 2 hours and I've just been prepping everything, making sure everything is all masked off and ready to go. And while I was out here working, a little something got dropped off. Here's a little sneak peek for the next video. But for now, I'm gonna finish up the paint. So. Alright, so I finished the third coat on all of the pieces, so I just set a 10-minute timer, and in about 10 minutes I'm going to take all the plastic off of the car. I'm not a good painter. I don't know how to paint. I just decided that it would look a little better if they were all one color. So yeah, I'm gonna wait a few minutes and I'll take the plastic off. Alright, I think it's going to go ahead and do it for the last step of the color change prep. So today was the very last day, and in 3 days I'm going to go ahead and start changing the color and wrapping the entire car. So this is the point that we're at right now. This is what the car looks like. This is what the car is looking like right now. It looks obviously really bad. All different colors, bad paint, marks all over it. But in 3 days, this car is gonna have a full transformation. It's gonna look hopefully a lot better. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here, and I will see you guys when I post the color change video. All right, peace out.